A fantastic new program is helping seniors deal with feelings of isolation by using art. According to Statistics Canada, 19 to 24% of adults older than the age of 65 report feeling socially isolated. And evidence we know has shown that isolation increases the risk of conditions like depression and dementia. Dr. Erin Smallwood is a family physician and an associate professor of family medicine at Memorial University in Newfoundland, and she joins us this morning. I can't wait to hear more about this program. Welcome to Your Morning.
Thank you.
So you and your team at Memorial launched the Smart Aging program, and this is what it did. It connected socially isolated seniors with professional artists for 8 free virtual art sessions, and those ranged from painting and drawing to performance art. So what did you learn about how the program benefited the seniors who were involved?
It was a really fabulous program. Actually, as you mentioned, social isolation is a really big problem and something that can really impact the health and well-being of everyone, but in particular, older adults. And we also know that engaging in arts activities is something that can be very helpful for health and well-being. So what we endeavored to do was to try and provide opportunities for more social interaction with artists, but to be able to reach those seniors or those older adults that might be more socially or geographically isolated.
So by 2036, roughly a quarter of the Canadian population is going to be over the age of 65. So how can the results of Smart Aging program inform services that are being offered to isolated seniors moving forward? This was a success, this program that you tried, but how do we implement it further?
Well, I think we really need to start really thinking about the impact that social isolation can have on health and well-being, in particular cognitive health. We do know that social isolation can have as great an impact on health and well-being, similar to smoking 15 cigarettes a day.
Wow.
And that's something that, and there's a lot of more public information and health promotion and campaigning around things like diet and exercise and smoking cessation. But I think we really need to be turning the lens to that social isolation and looking at the impact that has on health and well-being, especially with those statistics and how much of our population is going to be over that 65 demographic. We do know that particularly in places like Newfoundland, you don't have the ability to engage one-on-one or in the same room as other individuals. So using technology to try and engage with these older adults and allow them to have that social interaction regardless of where they live is really important. And we're hoping this project really emphasizes that.
Erin, we've talked about the numbers behind it, and we've outlined some of the importance and some of the detriments to isolation, in particular in our senior population. But can you tell us more about how people felt who were participated? What did it do for them?
We had amazing feedback from the participants. For some of them, we had comments like, this was the best part of my week. I felt like I had people in my living room, but I didn't have to clean up. It really introduced them to new art forms as well, because sometimes when we think of art, we think more in the traditional sense of, paper and pen or painting. But they were really exposed to the multitude of art forms that exist, and it really opened their eyes to the enjoyment that they can experience from those types of activities.
You guys also brokered relationship for people, and sometimes we find with our seniors that if they've had friends or a loved one who's passed away or family is far away, they don't know how to reach out, or they're not able to reach out and form a relationship, and you've done that for them.
Absolutely, and it's amazing what technology can do. And interestingly enough, this was a project that we proposed and got funding through the Center for Aging and Brain Health Innovation prior to the pandemic. And our goal was to try and do a blended model of having older adults meet in one place physically, but also engage with those that are more socially or geographically isolated through technology. Obviously, the pandemic, put a hold on the face-to-face interactions, but it was really neat to see how people were way more open to technology and interacting in that format. And I think that's probably been a little bit of a blessing of the pandemic, is showing how we can connect regardless of where we are.
Oh, if you have a loved one or somebody who's in isolation right now, I suggest that you reach out and find some way to find connection for them in a program like this. Dr. Smallwood, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.